We're privileged to be living in a time where science and technology can assist us, make our lives easier, and rethink the ways we go about our daily lives. The technology we're already exposed and accustomed to has paved the way for us to innovate further. And this list of current and future technologies certainly have the potential to change our lives even more. Space tourism. We can fly to virtually any country in the world without any trouble, but what if we could all one day see the Earth from space? Companies such as Virgin Galactic, SpaceX, and even Amazon's Blue Origin want to make it a reality one day and give us a very expensive seat aboard a spaceship to take us into orbit. Passengers on Amazon's New Shepard space shuttle will be taken 100 kilometers above sea level before parachuting back to Earth. Colonization of other planets. We've been wreaking havoc on Earth for a long time, and the planet can only put up with mankind's destructive nature for so long. If we don't destroy it, we'll one day outgrow it. Plans are in the works to colonize other planets, and Mars will no doubt be the first port of call. With leaps forward in technology, this vision of the future is quickly becoming science fact, rather than science fiction. Robots in space and in the workplace. NASA is already sending robots of different shapes and sizes into space. As technology progresses, this makes sense. Robots don't need to worry about oxygen to breathe or food to eat, and they can be packed full of sensors to send data back to Earth. The same applies in the workplace. Robots can take on the more difficult, dangerous, and dull jobs to save mankind the trouble and risk. They can also theoretically operate more quickly, efficiently, and with fewer mistakes too. Electric/self-driving cars. Electric cars are nothing new. They've been on our roads for some time now, and they're only getting better. Car batteries are lasting longer. The charging station infrastructure is growing, and self-driving technology is being heavily invested in, meaning it's coming sooner than you probably think. Tesla already has a complex autopilot mode that can take over some driving controls, but one day car manufacturers hope to let us go completely hands-free. Flying cars. When there's no space left on the roads, it's not unreasonable to think we might take to the skies. There are already plenty of interesting flying car designs that show this future is a realistic possibility. Perhaps if it's not flying cars, we might all have other forms of personal transport. Jetpacks, for example, have been a popular pursuit of inventors and thrill-seekers for decades. Robot butlers. Chores, chores, chores. Boring and unfortunately necessary. But what if robots could help save you the misery? We already have the beginnings with robot vacuum cleaners and smart home appliances. Larger, more useful robots are springing up too. We could easily be living in a future packed full of useful robots helping around the home as butlers, chefs, or general dog's bodies. Roads over rivers. Space is finite and running out quickly, especially in crowded urban spaces. This concept shows a future where roads and living spaces have moved out over the waters. When self-driving vehicles do all the work and are fast enough, journeys across the oceans this way might not be unrealistic either. Solar panel technology. Solar panels are another technology that has been around for a while, but their future potential is huge. Not only can they now be hidden in the tiles on the roof of your house thanks to Tesla solar roof tiles, but some companies are developing ways of integrating them into car roofs, where they will be able to power in-car tech or make the battery last longer. Hyperfast trains. Another Elon Musk-backed company. Hyperloop is a high-speed underground transport system that is currently being built and tested in America. The first route planned will go from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Another route is planning to go from New York to Washington, D.C. in 29 minutes rather than the 2 hours 56 minutes it takes at the moment. Hyperfast trains that go underground and underwater could revolutionize not just public transport, but international travel too. Imagine being able to speed from one country to another in the same time it currently takes to travel between towns. Working in VR. Augmented reality, or AR, has some incredible potential. It's been around for a while now, in the form of various apps that can overlay information around you, and is different from VR because it overlays information, rather than simply put you in a virtual reality. Companies are experimenting with using both augmented reality and virtual reality devices in the workplace. They can be used in a variety of ways, including visual representations of blueprints, virtual scale models of products in development, or for simple things like virtual team meetings. Gesture-based computing. It might have been popularized by Minority Report, but the concept of gesture-based computing has been around for a while. It's also already appearing in multiple different technologies and is almost second nature for most anyway. How many gestures do we already use on a day-to-day basis on our smartphones, tablets, and other smart devices? It's reasonable to see a future where we're no longer restricted by mouse and keyboard and instead rely on voice and action to manipulate data in a virtual space.